Hi guys!
Are we rolling?
Welcome to our virtual book haul for April. As you can tell, Eric and I are not in the office to do this video together right now, so we're going to be tag teaming a little bit, so you'll see his face in a few minutes. But I am going to start off with a couple of books. These are all coming out in April. I will share with you how you can get your hands on them. But the first one I want to talk about is going to be our book of the month for April. This is a nonfiction book called My Name is Tani and I Believe in Miracles. You'll see a bit more content from us about this book throughout this month, but this is a really incredible story of a family who was in Nigeria and they were facing persecution and had actually had their lives threatened by a terrorist group called the Boko Haram. And so this family moved to the United States. They were able to escape. Two parents, and then Tani is the youngest of the children, and then his older brother as well was with them. They immigrated to the United States and just had so many challenges they had to overcome. They went from being business owners in Nigeria to being homeless and living in a homeless shelter while both of Tani's parents were working multiple jobs, just trying to make ends meet and trying to find work. And so you've got this incredible story, but then on the backdrop of that, you've got Tani here, who's going to school in the United States, meeting people, and he discovers this game of chess. And of course he had never heard of it, never played it before, but he sort of thought, I think I like this. And it's a really sweet story. His school that he went to had a chess club, and you had to pay dues in order to be a part of it. And Tani really wanted to be in it, but they couldn't afford to pay that. And so Tani's mother actually reached out to the teacher who was in charge of that program and said, look, my son's really interested, but we can't pay. And the man was like, of course, don't worry about it, don't worry about the dues. And so through that, and just through the generosity and kindness of people, Tani learns chess and becomes really incredible. He got really good really fast, just extraordinarily quick learner. He started competing in very exclusive chess clubs in New York City and winning again and again and again. And in less than a year after he learned how to play and he'd been in the United States, he won the New York State Chess Championship. So this is it's a really sweet true story about Tani, about his family, and how they've overcome so much, and just the generosity of people. And they're just really incredible people. They don't want the world to know their story because of who they are, but for the faith that they have and just the trust that everything's going to be okay. If you guys need something that's uplifting, something just to remind you of all the good in the world, this is a really great book that you're gonna love. Alright, so we're gonna pivot a little bit. These next two books are ones that are great to read if you need a good laugh, which I think everybody needs right now, so I think they're very timely releases. But this first one is called No You Can't, Aim Low and Give Up Winning for Good. This is by Dave Dunseith, and Dave's whole deal is basically, what if you took leadership principles, self-help principles that are cliche and that are constantly told to you, and you said, no, don't do any of those things. Actually, stop trying so hard. And so this is kind of a satirical, self-help, leadership kind of book, but it's a very funny read. Dave's got a really funny voice in his writing, and it's one that you'll be laughing through. Just to give you a little hint of kind of the way he writes. This is from the back cover, so no spoilers, but No You Can't offers such crumbs of wisdom as hope is a crutch. Crutches are only good for getting two things: awesome parking at the mall and sympathy dates. Otherwise, they will just slow you down. You can't be a failure when you have no hope of winning. And whoever said nothing is easy has never tried quitting. So this is a funny book. It's a great gift book if you want to give someone something. So that's just a little hint of this book, but no, you can't. It's really funny. Makes a really good gift. So that's one to keep your eyes out for this month. And finally, I've already talked about this one a little bit on Page Chaser, but I'm excited because it's out this month, and it's Stuff Christians Like by John A. Cuff. This book is absolutely hilarious. You will treasure it forever. Not even kidding. But this book is actually a new edition with some extra content, some new illustrations, beautiful full color interior, really fun kind of gifty coffee table book, something to keep out so you can look at it. But this is a new edition of his original book, which I actually have my personal copy of here that I got when it first came out. This came out 10 years ago, and this is basically every funny thing that you could imagine about being a Christian or Christian culture. John explores in this book and is like, why do we do the weird things that we do? But I do want to say it's all done tastefully. Like, John is a Christian, he's a believer, and he is not doing this to pick fun at other people, but to pick fun at himself and ourselves. And so there's nothing offensive in here. It's very tasteful and it's funny. It's not the kind of thing you would like want to hide on your youth trip or something. But he's got these great different sections in here with just kind of topical overviews. My Bad is probably one of my favorite sections, where he kind of talks about the things that a lot of times Christians do and are embarrassed about, or like the first one in this section is watching R-rated movies, but only if they're violent, judging fundamentalists for being judgmental, breaking up with your small group. So each of these, you've got this heading, and then you've got kind of his musings about it. But this is really funny, really quotable, memeable too. You're gonna want to share a lot of these, and I guarantee you'll find yourself taking photos and sending them to your friends because it's just a really, really funny book to share. We're going to be doing a giveaway on Instagram, so if you haven't had a chance to get your hands on this book, you can get a copy of this book and 2 koozies if you win the Instagram giveaway. We're going to be doing five winners for that, so hop over to our Instagram and check that out, find that post, and you can enter there. So all of these books again are available on audio. Check them out. Tell us what you're reading right now and what you're loving, and I'll pass it on to Eric actually.
3, 2. Thank you, Lydia, for introducing us to those wonderful titles. And hello, Page Chasers. Page Chaser Eric here, reporting from quarantine. Hope you like my beautiful artwork. I have my quarantine globe, so I can imagine that I'm in the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. It's an old globe. Anyways, hello, thank you for watching. I hope you are all staying in, staying well, and staying safe, and mostly I hope you're staying reading. Lots of TBR we can tackle in these months inside. I know the introvert in me is very excited about this time. But I only have a couple of books because Lydia was so excited about our other ones, and I'm excited to share these. First up, we have Drive, 9 Lessons to Win in Business and in Life by Kelly Earnhardt Miller, the sister of Dale Jr. and daughter of Dale Sr., of course, so winning is in her blood. And she really is giving us just kind of a practical approach to balancing business and life, succeeding in business. She has a very approachable candor, and that's a lot of the advice she gives in this book, is being approachable and making those decisions with everybody in mind, yourself, your success, and those around you. So it's a really inspiring work. I found it to be more inspiring than I expected, and was excited to learn more about JR Motorsports, the company she founded, one of NASCAR's most successful organizations, but it really helped move her brother's career forward, and Beth Clark helped her write this. She's a fantastic writer, but it's really great to get kind of the behind the scenes, for lack of a better word, view on this kind of decision making in NASCAR, and how difficult it was for a woman, despite her name, to really carve her own path in that industry. And she really, I don't want to say preaches a kind of a balanced lifestyle in this book, and I highly recommend it. It's a great business book, but I would put it under the inspirational category. Highly recommend your TBR. I flew through it. Yeah, this is a great one, and Kelly she's funny. She has clearly a really balanced family, professional life. But add this one, especially in this time right now when you have so much time to read. And next up, I don't have the book with me because I read it on my Kindle, as you can tell, out of charge, because I could not put this down. And I know I'm going to butcher the author's last name, so I apologize. But it is The Socialite, which will appear over here, or over here, probably over here. The Socialite by Janelle Shushleski. It is about two English debutantes during World War II. An older sister goes to Nazi-occupied Paris, or France, to rescue her younger sister, Kathleen, to go rescue her younger sister, Ellie, who has fallen in love with a dashing Nazi officer who shares my name. His name's Eric, which, I guess that's a pretty Germanic name. But oh my gosh, it's a wonderful story. It's certainly, it's very well researched, and you can tell it's a really stark contrast. It's a character-driven novel. I mean, Kathleen is extremely complex and contradictory, which kind of just adds to the beauty of this novel. It's very realistic, and it gives the love story that much more kind of a tangible effect. She falls in love with this Scottish barkeep in Paris. His name's Barrett. I don't want to give anything else away. And the sister she's hosting Nazi parties. It's crazy what she goes into. I can't believe her father let her go to Nazi-occupied France to rescue her. But World War II provides really stark contrast to this beautiful love story, kind of this complex character-driven novel. And Janelle she did her research. It's an amazing book. I loved it. I will reread it soon, I know, but I highly recommend it. And please let us know your thoughts if you pick up any of these or any other book of the months we have. We're reading a lot. We're active on social. We really want to hear from you guys, and I'm excited to see what you guys think. Let us know if you read any of these. All available on audio and ebooks, which is more important now than it has ever been. But thanks so much for watching, you guys. Thank you, Lydia. Can't wait to do another video with you. Hopefully that'll be soon. But bye, guys. Happy reading.